What if the internet suddenly stopped forever? First of all, panic. Not the quiet kind of panic, but the loud, screaming kind where millions of people realize their Wi-Fi isn't just acting weird. Imagine every device in the world, your phone, your laptop, even that smart fridge you never really needed, suddenly going dark online. No memes, no emails, no endless rabbit holes of videos at 2 a.m. It's gone. For good. Humanity would have to experience something most of us haven't seen in decades. Boredom. At first, some people would probably assume it's temporary. Maybe it's a server outage. Maybe Elon tripped over a cable. But as hours turn into days, the truth sinks in. The internet isn't coming back. Ever. By day 3, teenagers around the globe would begin to wonder if life is even worth living without TikTok. By day 5, someone would invent a black market system of USB stick trading, like digital smugglers passing around downloaded movies and songs. The underground meme economy would thrive. But while individuals panic, businesses collapse. The modern global economy runs on the internet like your body runs on oxygen. Banks process billions of transactions a day online. Shipping companies rely on digital systems to move goods. Without the internet, ATMs would fail, credit cards wouldn't work, and international trade would grind to a halt. Cash might make a comeback, but good luck explaining to the younger generation how to actually use it. The stock market, it wouldn't crash. It would simply stop existing. On Wall Street, traders would be forced to yell numbers across rooms again like it's the 1920s. Some would consider this an improvement. Within a week, life would look like a bizarre time machine. Offices full of people would suddenly need fax machines again if anyone remembers how to use them. News would spread by newspapers, radio, and television, except the shocking part is that many of those rely on the internet too. Global communication would slow to a crawl. International calls, satellite relays, and fiber optics would struggle to keep us connected. For the first time in history, billions of people would feel what it's like to be truly isolated from one another. Yet humans are adaptable, and some would see opportunities. Hackers would lose their jobs, but so would influencers. Your annoying neighbor with an Instagram food blog? Gone. The kid in your class with 5 million followers? Back to being just a kid. Whole industries vanish overnight. Streaming platforms, online shopping, cloud storage. Netflix is now a collection of dusty DVDs. Amazon becomes a regular bookstore again. Jeff Bezos probably just shrugs and builds another rocket. Education would take one of the hardest hits. Today's students rely on online classes, research, and endless Google searches to survive. Without it, libraries become the new hotspots, and for the first time in years, someone might actually use an encyclopedia. Professors would rediscover the joy of chalkboards, while students would rediscover the pain of carrying heavy textbooks. Wikipedia, replaced by that one kid in class who claims to know everything. On the darker side, many vital systems depend on constant online monitoring. Hospitals use internet-connected databases. Air traffic control systems coordinate flights digitally. Without them, safety becomes far more difficult. Planes might still fly, but the risk of accidents skyrockets. Governments would scramble to develop alternative communication methods, emergency radio networks, private intranets, even literal couriers. Somewhere out there, a guy on a bicycle delivering messages would become the most important worker in town. But perhaps the strangest part is how society would adjust psychologically. People today spend hours online every single day. Social media provides validation, entertainment, and distraction. Without it, millions would be forced to face something terrifying, their own thoughts. Some would rediscover hobbies like painting, cooking, or actually talking to their families. Others might just sit in silence, waiting for the internet ghost to come back. Spoiler, it won't. Still, not everything is doom. Communities would rebuild around real-world connections. Local gatherings, bulletin boards, and community centers could replace digital feeds. People might even grow closer in their neighborhoods, since you'd actually need to talk to the person next door instead of stalking their profile. Globalization would slow down, but local culture might flourish. A bakery in Paris wouldn't compete with one in Tokyo anymore. Instead, it would only need to compete with the one across the street. Long-term, humanity might actually adapt surprisingly well. Technology existed long before the internet, and it will exist long after. We'd invent new systems, maybe even something better, decentralized communication networks, quantum links, or something no one has dreamed of yet. The internet, after all, isn't the peak of human invention. It's just one layer in a much longer story. One day, it might be remembered as the great experiment that connected billions and then vanished, forcing us to rediscover what it meant to live without constant connection. Either way, humanity wouldn't end with the internet's disappearance. It would stumble, it would adapt, it would reinvent. And perhaps in the strange silence left behind, we'd find something we hadn't felt in a very long time, the space to simply be human again. Like and subscribe.